guys, so my standard is 3.4.1, which says determine the reasons for rules, laws, and the US Constitution, the role of citizenship in the promotion of rules and laws, and the consequences for people who violate the rules and laws. Now this is a lot to cover in just one whole day or one whole week, so I would like to break this down into parts throughout the school year. And so focusing on the first part of it, which says determine the reasons for rules and laws in the US Constitution, I'm going to split it at just the rules because it is a lot for third grade. I don't think third graders are touching subjects like the US Constitution, or at least not when I was in third grade. So I would like to dig into their background knowledge and see if there are any rules that they follow at home. For example, not wearing shoes at home, having to do homework before they're able to get on their tablets. If they're using tablets, how much screen time is it, like an hour a day? How much time do you guys have? Things like that, things that they already have set in place at home. Since they are able to relate this information at home, maybe we could come up with some rules that they should follow at the classroom. For example, raising their hand before speaking, staying in their seats, not leaving any trash behind, and just any other classroom management you would like to have. For example, the teacher asking for you to pay attention respectfully, so please, all eyes, all ears, things like that. And what I had written down as a project or assignment would be asking the students to write down a list of rules at home, at school, and making sure that they're able to explain why they are important. And so I found this cute little assignment which says my rules at home, and it says the rule right here, and then they have a little section for consequences. So I thought about, a kid riding a bicycle in their living room. Nobody wants this because the kid could, bump into something or someone. It could cause injury to someone else or themselves. Like if they break a vase and fall over it, now they have glass all over their arms or bruised at the knee. You don't want this. And so they could write that down, not riding my bicycle in the house or a scooter, because I could hurt myself or someone else. That would be a great little project. Another project or assignment I would like to do would be having a classroom citizen of the week or of the month. And this is just to highlight a student's good behavior, such as having good attendance, having their homework properly done on time, good manners, being well behaved, just qualities that you want other students to see. Hey, this is what a model student or classroom citizen looks like. I need to work just as hard as them, and I want to be able to have that same praise and be awarded for good behavior. And I feel like you could get the parents involved in this by having, little apps like Classroom Dojo, or setting out, a little classroom newsletter where you write down, so-and-so this week was a good classroom citizen because they showed this, this, and this. And I feel like it tells parents like, oh, why haven't you been a classroom citizen? You should work harder, you should do this, you should say please and thank you, just wanting to bring out the best of your student. A cute little worksheet I found was this one right here, which says Good Citizen Award. And you're able to write down their names and then also reasons why they were good. Again, like raising their hand before speaking, helping out others. Maybe it could be like opening up the door for someone, holding the door. I was tripping over my words, sorry. And then it comes with this little worksheet as well, which says rights and responsibilities. It says to be safe at school, that's a right, and the responsibility would be making sure that they know the school safety rules and procedures. And they have other things such as like treating others fairly, and they also have the right to be treated fairly as well. So my reading standard is RL.3.2, which says recount stories, including fables, folktales, and myths from diverse cultures. Determine the central message, lesson, or moral, and explain how it is conveyed through key details in the text. And the first story I thought about was the monkeys jumping on the bed. And it's a story about a mom telling her children not to jump on the bed because they're gonna get hurt. And if they get hurt, they have to go to the doctors. And so it's like, I think a total of 5 monkeys jumping on the bed, and it goes from 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 until there's no monkeys left because all of them are injured and at the doctor's. And this type of story I feel like is age appropriate for third graders because it's nothing graphic, it's nothing gruesome or disturbing to them, and they're able to realize, you know, I'm gonna get hurt if I do something like this, and then I'm gonna have to go to the doctors, and it's not gonna be fun for me or my mom or my dad or whoever's taking care of me. And I think the best way for them to explain themselves or show that they did understand the lesson or the central message of the story would be writing something similar that they could do at home that could have consequences. Again, like the whole riding a bicycle in your house and how that could break something, you could get hurt, someone else could get hurt. Or even if it was like, I left food in the classroom, so then a bunch of ants came into the classroom and then they weren't allowed to eat snacks in the classroom anymore, or just things that they're able to tie in to show that they did understand the central message of the story. So overall, I feel like this standard is really extensive and you could go really in depth in every section. Since it is a third grade class, I didn't want to go too far in depth, and I feel like, again, you could be teaching these sections as the school year goes. And this time I just really wanted to focus on rules and consequences. I didn't touch really on laws in the US Constitution because, again, it's a lot for just the beginning of the school year. Towards the end of the school year, I would expect them to know a little bit more so that way they're prepared for 4th grade and they're able to understand, I don't know, different types of branches of government. You know, it's something that seems a little bit more age appropriate as they move on. And yeah, for the ELA part, I feel like you could do a lot of different things too. But my approach was, again, something more simple, something that I felt was realistic to when I was in the 3rd grade. But you're obviously able to modify and tweak it to best fit your standards. Thank you.